All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Chop Shop is back and kicking here. Love this. We're finally getting back to working on old Waylon. Now, we've been talking a lot about this truck. You're going to see a lot more with like parts and stuff like that coming down the road, but there's a little bit of prep work we need to do on it to get it ready for its new engine, the transmission that's going in it, everything. So we want to kind of address some of those things, pull a bunch of stuff off of it today, and really get it ready so that we can slam the engine in when it gets here and not waste any time. All right, fun fact about today's episode. We got a sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. Little old company called Temu hit me up, and they're like, hey, we like what you're doing. We want to support the channel. Now, I was not familiar with Temu, but they did say that they made car parts and tools and all that, so I figured, let's order some tools from them and see if they're any good. So, I have a list of things that I have purchased here, so we're actually going to test them out today. And we're going to see if they're any good or not. And if they're not, I'm going to tell you. And they're probably not going to pay me if that's the case. But you know what? We're still putting the video out, so let's go. So check it out. Here's what I got. We're going to start from this side. The first tool that I ordered was something that I actually thought that I needed. It's an endoscope. Now, this one is obviously, it's not, I didn't want to get crazy long because, you know, I wanted to use it as a borescope and stuff like that. But look at this. You can actually, this is movable, and the quality of the camera, pretty damn good. So, on Temu, this thing was 83 bucks, which I thought was a decent price, but I went and looked it up to see if, there was other places that sold it, and the exact same thing is basically on Amazon and other stuff for double that. What I'm gathering so far is that Temu is kind of like getting it straight from the source and not having like, 2 or 3 other people rebranding and just middlemaning the whole thing. By the way, before we get deeper into this, there's some things that Temu sent to me to let you guys know. Check it out. First up, apparently they have a delivery guarantee, right? And then also a price protection policy, which states that if the price drops within 30 days, you can request a partial refund. And that price adjustment is within 30 days. So it just says price adjustment in 30 days. I don't know, it's on bullet points here. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So let's say if you find this cheaper, you can be like, hey, Temu, what's up with them dollars? And they can hit you with it. Secondly, they got an app which you can buy all this stuff off of, and there's a link in the description box. Hell, we'll put it on the screen too. Why not? Also, you can use this code right here, and you get some extra perks on it. I don't know what those are yet, but I tell you what, if it's already this cheap, I guess it only gets better from there. Let's move on. Don't need that anymore. Second thing I grabbed, which is actually really important if you're doing house stuff or hanging stuff, but we're actually going to use it on cars too. It's a laser level. And here's the thing. This basically same thing I found at Home Depot for like 5 times the cost. Crazy low price on it. It was like 50 bucks, right? So we're gonna test this out, see if that works. I got some pictures we gotta hang, okay? But also, I'm kind of a psychopath when it comes to lining stuff up when you're like putting it in the engine bay or mounting things. So you know what? You gotta be level. It's gotta be nice. We're gonna test that out too. Another thing we grabbed, a freaking thermal camera. Now, this is actually pretty cool. I haven't opened this yet, so we're gonna see what this is all about. Just took it out of the box. Predator vision. Is it working on me yet? Yeah. All right, Xander says it's working on me. One of the cool things about a thermal camera is that, like, let's say you got a misfire, right? This is nice to have. Now, you can use the heat gun on your headers and stuff like that, and you can actually tell like the temperatures. But if you can look at all of them at the same time, you can see what's hot, what's not. You can tell if maybe you got an injector that's failing or a spark that's not happening when you need it to. So this is actually a pretty handy tool. Price wasn't crazy high. It was like 120 bucks, 129 bucks, something like that. We're gonna use it. And then finally, of course, night vision goggles. Why? There's literally no reason at all. Just wanted to see what night vision goggles that cost like 150 bucks look like. We'll need to wait for nighttime for that, but I've always wanted NVGs as a kid, and yeah, we're gonna see how good they look, because when I was out in Wyoming with the Dirty Kid Boys and Silencer Co., apparently I learned that night vision goggles cost like 10,000 bucks and up. So yeah, we'll see. These are also infrared, by the way, so good for using around the house at nighttime, if you want to just sit there in your underwear waiting for somebody to come in. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, so first up, let's see how this thing is. I want to check out the inside of this engine I got sitting over here. All right. We're actually going to do a video where we tear this thing down and actually go through it. But this motor has been sitting for like 4 years. I have no idea what the bores look like, and that's why we're going to tear it down at a later date. But hell, we got this. We can investigate and look at, you know, what the home marks look like. Why not? I'll pull the spark plugs out though. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Also grabbed this from him. It's a creeper. I don't think we need to go into much detail about it, but it does actually fold into a little chair, which is nice, and I've been needing around the shop. Oh, my guy. Here's the test. Will it support a 200-pound gentleman? Okay, nothing's broke. That's great. Honestly, I cannot believe how inexpensive this stuff is, but I guess, you know what? Manufacturing in other countries, a lot cheaper. Let's get these spark plugs out of here so we can take a look at these bores. I've been dying to see what the inside of this looks like. I should actually do this on my Vet too. So apparently the motor's been rebuilt. Spark plugs are brand new, so that's good. Hey, that's a win, baby. Let's put this thing to the test. The camera's nice. Oh shit, it's got like a temperature readout too. It's 35 degrees Celsius in here. So for those Americans, it's a little on the warm side. All right, let's take a look. Hey, damn, look how good that is. Let's use another cylinder. So you can still see the hone marks. So this is also like a good thing to have if, like, let's say if you're gonna go buy an engine off Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace or something like that where, you know, you don't exactly trust the person that you might be buying it from, which you shouldn't, you know, hey, you gotta make sure that you're always in a good situation there. You can actually adjust the light in there. Bam. Ooh, I see some lines in these cylinders. Yeah, we definitely should tear this thing down just to be sure. Look at this score mark right here. So that's not really something you want to be seeing on an engine. Oh wait. Hey, oh snap. Dude, you can record this. That's kind of sick. Okay. I see you, Teemu. So I would say, you know, the bores don't look super bad. Oh, look at that. Hold on. See that scoring right there? You don't want to see lines like that on your bores. Usually that means something's walking around in there. So that's not good. Useful tool. Could save you some money when you're trying to buy used engines and stuff, or, you know, save you a lot of time if you don't want to go and pull the cylinder head off your engine. Yeah, you know what? Okay, we don't need to spend any more time with this because I'll just get way into the weeds with it, but this thing's awesome and it works really good. So, yeah. Dude, let's go test that thermal gun out. Let's see if any of my Corvette cylinders are firing weird. Take a little look-see. So 130 degrees. So this is kind of cool because we can see that everything is on a pretty equal. Obviously the back cylinders tend to get like a little bit hotter. This is interesting. This is kind of crazy. So this side is significantly cooler than that other side. 100 degrees Celsius, 119. This driver's side bank is all like 100 degrees Celsius. On the passenger side bank, we're getting like a significantly higher temperature reading. So we're at like 120 there, 122, 127, 146, basically 150 degrees Celsius. Looks like I need to take a look at probably my injectors. We'll look at the tune. This is nice. This is a nice little tool to have. It's really inexpensive insurance. Pretty wild. Like, that's a cold start. That thing's been sitting all night. I left it here overnight. And to have that big of a temperature fluctuation from one bank to the other, just on cold start and warm up, that's pretty significant. So this is great. You know, it's good to have little stuff like this, like these little thermal guns. We can see, you know, possibly what's going on. We probably should do like a hard rip in it too, but like, that's a big difference for cold. So we'll get into that later. Let's check this laser level out. First, we gotta figure out how to set this thing up. There's a bunch of little doodads with it. 2 batteries, the thingy, the charger. The other cool thing is like all this stuff was charged straight out of the 8. I just opened it all, so like kind of neat. I'm glad because we didn't have to waste any time sitting and getting things charged up. So let's see what we got here. I'm gonna read the instructions on this. Oh wait, Is this the right one? This is not the right one. Okay. Your boy might have lost the instructions already. Oops. Let me go look for those. Found them. Okay. Instructions are important, especially when dealing with lasers. Okay, so apparently you can't mount this to a shark's head.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
This goes like this. Yo, it's got a remote control? Oh, okay. I'm a big fan of wrinkled black because of, you know, Harley stuff. And it's on machined aluminum. I can get with that. I swear we're gonna be working on cars soon. Promise you that. Whoa, okay, lasers coming out. My bad. It scared me. Not gonna lie. Okay, bro, chill. Whoa. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, dude, we could do a laser show in here.
Fist bump like this, Louie.
Sorry, I was hanging out with Mike last weekend. Oh, dude, look at this. Okay, check it out. Crosshairs. Okay, bro, chill. Oh, dude, there's a strobe effect. Hell yeah. Okay, okay, I got you. It's really mad at me right now. The cool thing about something like this for automotive applications, come on, bro, chill. It makes beats too. So yeah, if Chevrolet actually decided to make a single flat plane on anything in this engine bay, we could do this. But okay, so let's say we're gonna use this. Probably isn't great, but just use this this engine mount. Okay. This is one of the reasons I like this. So, you know, obviously if you're doing like way more technical stuff like chassis design and stuff, this can come in handy a lot. If you saw any of the old videos with Waylon where we were trying to get the 4-link and the rear end kind of set and stable, you'll notice that we had to use bob pins and used a very old school method in doing it. With a laser, you get a dead accurate, straight on alignment of everything, and it can make this whole process way easier. We can put this on the lift and test it like that. Check it out. Let's do it. Since we're gonna be putting a different motor in, right? When we had to put the original Godzilla in this thing, we actually had to align it slightly towards the passenger side just to get it to clear this front diff, you know, in order to get it down far enough, because that motor is really tall. With an LS, we're gonna be able to actually sit it way lower. One, because the engine itself is much smaller, is much more compact than the Godzilla. Two, we've got a great, really sick dry sump system that's going on it, and Warspeed actually sent over a billet dry sump pan that's really, really low. So because the LS is such a smaller package than that Godzilla was, and we're running a dry sump on it with a really nice billet pan like this, we're gonna be able to get that bad boy nice and low. And you can actually, if you come over here, you can see, we can actually get that down way lower. So the Godzilla was like almost hitting the diff, and you can see that's why we had to shift it over here. With the LS, we'll actually be able to get it slightly over where it wants to be, and then that way we won't have any weird driveline angle. Now, speaking of angle, this is where this laser can come in. Okay, bud. Now, as you can see here, we can get right on basically the midline of the driveline, and now we can see where a straight shot down everything is. And so look at that. I mean, we're almost right on where we want to be. So we can basically set everything up with this. This is cool. I mean, for $50, this is a steal and extremely helpful on anything. So, you know, we can use it for doing chassis alignment stuff. We can use it for, you know, car builds. And we can also use it for hanging pictures. Let me show you what I got. So we got all this fun artwork that is slightly apocalyptic in nature, which I love. UFOs, come on, who doesn't love that, right? So I figured we'd just jazz up the office a little bit, maybe the bathroom. This should say, watch my YouTube channel. Consume. This is you watching me attempt to work on cars. If you saw the K5 episodes plural, where I was attempting to do the front steering, this is very appropriate for that. Excuse my laser. And then also, you know what, we got some banners and stuff to hang around the shop too. You know, we got to pretty this place up a little bit, right? Laser levels, come in handy. Make it straight, baby. Honestly, not gonna lie, I was super skeptical at first because I figured all this stuff was gonna be wonky and super cheap and plasticky, but honestly, this is like the same stuff you can buy in most stores, just without the middleman cost, which I can get with. So, if you wanna pick any of this stuff up, there's a whole bunch of links in the description. There's also this code you can use. Put it here on the screen. And yeah, you can get some extra perks. So download the app, buy some stuff, and let's go. Save yourself a little bit of money. You're gonna be buying it from the same place anyway. Or I got a better idea. You wanna make some money, buy it straight from the source, and then resell it on other places. There you go. Make yourself some cash. I think now we should probably get to working on cars. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set this stuff aside. We'll put that back in a nice orderly fashion. Now we gotta do a little work on this thing. So here's what we got. We're gonna take this wheel off. Thank God I've got this little stool now because we're gonna use that, but we're gonna take the wheel off. We gotta take this axle out because when we put this in originally, I don't know if you can see all this grease here, we ripped the boot. So that threw a lot of axle grease everywhere. So I gotta change that boot out. The axle's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. And then we wanna take and I gotta pull the water lines off and this water pump because we won't need the water to air intercooler anymore on this setup. We'll probably wind up using it on a different thing. That's coming down the road though. So we'll have to pull this wheel and tire off because I've got this little plate system here. So we got to pull this off so we can access the lines and pull them off the bulkheads. So we're going to do that. And then this is another thing. So see these two transmission coolers up here? We got to pull these off. We're going to pull all the lines off. We're going to clean all of this stuff out really thoroughly because we took out the pump and the transmission when we took out the thrust bearings. And while I don't think a bunch of stuff circulated in it, it's always good to just clean out all of your lines. Hell, if you can, replace them. We got a lot of money in AN lines and really nice stuff, so I would rather not spend that again. So we're gonna clean them out as much as we can, see how good they look. The last thing you want is debris floating around in your transmission because it will take it out. So we're gonna pull these things off, clean them out as best as we can, and get to it. Let's go. Big Ron, you wanna do the backs once I get these guys off? Here, you can use this. Big Ron, ladies and gentlemen, in the house. Always good to have a helping hand. Wheelmaster himself. This man here can spec a fitment without even looking at it, just by photo. Booyah. All right. Where did my ratchet go? Somebody must have come over here and procured my, What do y'all take my 3/8 drive?
I take that.
You take that?
What guy?
You got it?
No, not this time.
I don't believe him at all. We put all the boxer stuff back. Oh, right over here. I had it. Whatever. You got to keep them on their toes. Give those boys an inch to take a mile. All right. It's actually, the chair is nice. Much better functioning than I would have thought. Okay. Come on, baby. God damn it, come on. There we go. It's a big boy. This axle grease is everywhere. There's globs of it, so I'm just trying to clean it up before I just get it all over my pants, and shouldn't have worn brown pants with this. Take off this. It's gonna have to do. Nah, it's not gonna do. And this is as tight as I can get it. I mean, I ain't got anything that's tighter, so. Ooh, that boy hot. So Ron, you think I'll have this done by SEMA?
Less than 60 days? Less than 50 days maybe?
This was supposed to be done at SEMA last year.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
So what's the plan for this thing, man?
Oh, you know, daily it, streetcar.
Is the blower stick on the hood?
Yeah.
Sounds appropriate.
Well, if you think about it, methanol is cheaper than gasoline in California. Pretty sure.
Mr. Practicality.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm just trying to save the environment, dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Just doing your part, I guess.
Yeah. No, man, we're going to do burnouts with it. I mean, at the end of the day, we got burnout wars going, and it just looks fun. Although...
Can you win your own burnout contest?
No. I can't. I really wouldn't even want to compete, man. Now, like, everybody's getting so good. Plus, like, shit. You know how mad people would be if we could win our own competition?
I think that'd ruin all credibility, but it'd still be fun as hell.
It would. It looks sick, I mean, that's why I wanted. That's why I was just like, hell, I'm switching the whole idea up, and we're just doing burnouts now with it.
Once you were talking about making this, like, capable of road trips and drag and drive. It's just like, what?
Well, I soon learned.
Zero exhaust. I don't care if you have AC. This thing, no hood. I don't know where you thought you were going to go without getting pulled over every 2 miles.
Well, I had hopes and dreams.
Have you ever had a dream?
Also, drag and drive has gotten so elevated. There's no way you'd be winning some stuff like that.
You're not taking home any trophies or something like this.
No, everybody's too fast now. I have no expectation of it other than to be able to roast tires, which I think it'll do more than appropriately.
My only ride in this thing was 2-wheel drive and a little toned down.
Oh, that's right, because you rode it and it was only 10 PSI. It was useless.
Rowdy.
I mean, it wasn't useless. Wasn't exactly getting traction.
I don't know. If the point was to do burnout and scare the shit out of me, it did its job.
Yeah. Somebody else was putting this stuff back together after taking it apart again to check something out and cut it with a screwdriver. It was not me.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, having a chair is really nice. There we go. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. Gotta get this guy up a little bit. Yep. I've had to replace these multiple times because I didn't realize I put them on without having the axles in. I put wheels on it and then set it down and rolled it. It just pushed it forward and back and then lifted it back up on the lift and it blew out the ball joints.
What?
Because it didn't have the axles in to support it, to keep them pulled together, so it just ripped them apart. So, fun fact, if you have a 4-wheel drive setup that uses axles, that uses kind of like spherical bearing, whatever the heck this thing's called, don't drop it with the axles out of it. There we go. I guess 2 bolts are better than just 1, you know? Okay, there we go. Damn, look how big this thing is. So we got that off. Now we're gonna get the rest of this stuff off on the rear. I'll show you what we're doing. See this little plate right here? We made this to protect the water lines from getting smoked by a, I don't know, tire or anything. And in order to access the back side of it so we can get to the bulkhead, just gotta take this off. See these water lines right here? So this is for the intercooler.
Are you reusing it?
I actually might use it as fuel line. I don't need the intercooler anymore, it's on methanol, you know. But this is the size hose I need for the fuel line now.
Fuel line ready?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I just used it for water line because we had it.
Good. Okay.
So apparently, yeah, when you're dumping a bunch of methanol in, you need a big ass line. Just try not to make like a huge mess. All right, so now we can go over here and get it off the actual little pump itself. The crazy thing is there's probably a few $100s in lines just for this stuff alone. I mean, like this Dash 16 is not cheap. Like the bulkheads are each like $100 and something. But, you know, what happens? So I can't have nice shit around here. One. Yes. Oh, that one's got water in it.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Now we'll get this guy out. Python Ron. This will also give us a little room for exhaust, maybe? I don't know. We'll see how far that actually winds up being. I don't feel like I'll have the same kind of freedoms as like the Corvette, you know what I mean? Cops love Corvettes.
Sure.
I don't know how I feel about these, especially with a blower. Anybody needs a really nice water pump, holler at your boy. Or maybe we just need to build another turbo car. Oh, look at the gross chunks of, there's like literal white chunks coming out of it. So I don't even want to comment on. You know what, while we're down here, we might as well just pull these lines off. I'm gonna get these lines off for the transmission because some things might be circulating in there. Last thing we want is to take out another really nice gear star. Oh, yeah, see that? The fluid's a little on the dark side for transmission fluid. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it ain't good, and you can smell it a little bit. It's
Didn't you smoke the converter?
yes. Well, I smoked the transmission. Man, think about all like the top fuel teams that just have to, damn it, they tear down motors every single round. That's crazy. Then you can just dump it out in there.
Ooh, it's marbled like your floor.
Is it? Yeah, you know, transmissions don't like to get super, super hot. Okay, got everything out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean ourselves up. We need to figure out what the best solution for cleaning it is. Might have to take it somewhere and just do like a high pressure cleaning on it because.
Look at this. Tell me if you can smell it.
Oh yeah. See the rings it's making? I'd say that's metallic.
Yeah.
Probably just make new lines for it, but we can do like a pressure wash on the coolers, I believe. I'm gonna ask a pro, because the last thing I want to do is grenade a transmission, another one from something stupid. It's cool when you blow up a transmission doing something cool, but if you blow up a transmission or an engine and it's not doing something cool and just being stupid, it's not fun and it's expensive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna be doing a lot on this truck in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. A lot of episodes coming out. We're gonna go over the new forced induction. We'll be going over the, let's see, rotating assembly, all the motor stuff, and then we should be getting the motor here sometime very soon. So thanks for watching.